What's up, family? Listen, come on in. Come on in. I know this is what we call lunch and learn with the Lord. That's right. It's for those of you that are working, thank you for making some time so that we can come together. Get your peanut butter crackers, get your cheeses, whatever you're eating. And let's just dive into this word today. If you're watching it later, certainly we want to honor your time. And my prayer is that something will be said that will add value to your life. It's lunch and learn with the Lord. We're doing it on Wednesday at 12 noon, but you may watch this later on. No matter when you watch it, my prayer is that God will speak to you right where you are and give you some nuggets, some principles that will help you along your journey, spiritually speaking. Listen, come on, let's get right into this. I'm excited. Go ahead. You know what we do. Like it and share it. Tag somebody. Tell them to tune in. It's good to see those that are watching on Instagram. Good to see those on YouTube. I'm checking you out. We're coming in. We're coming in. Make sure that we share it with somebody else. Yeah, we're coming in hot today. Come on, let's jump right into this word. John chapter 10. I'm on the clock. I know you got lunch, and so I don't know if it's 30 minutes, if it's 45 minutes, if it's an hour. But nevertheless, I just want to take about 15 minutes if we can get right into this, and then we will let you get back to your day. John chapter 10, verse 22 through 27. I won't read all of it, but I just want to give you just a brief summary of it. John chapter 10, verse 22 through 27 in the NIV version. Listen at what he says in verse number 27. This is Jesus talking. Here's what he says. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. Verse 27. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. I want to talk just for a few moments with this thought in our mind. Make sure you're listening to the right voice. Make sure you're listening to the right voice. Pastor, let's get into this. Life, I believe, is nothing more than a series of choices, decisions that you and I must make on a day-to-day basis. Whether we're going to eat certain things, whether we're going to drink certain things, whether I'm going to reply to this email, how am I going to reply to this email, the attitude that I'm going to have when I reply. Life is nothing more than a bunch of decisions that you and I must make. And if you want to talk about the first decision, we have to go back to the law first mentioned, and that is when Adam and Eve was in the garden, God gave them the opportunity, or Adam was placed there. The Bible says he gave him dominion, but then they're confronted with one thing that God leaves them with, and that is a decision, a choice. Here is what God tells them. You can have anything in the garden. There's that one thing in the middle that's reserved for me. Don't touch that thing in the middle. And here it is. They are placed in the middle of paradise. Heaven on earth. They're placed right there in the middle. Everything they can imagine is right there for them. And God gives them the opportunity to decide. Because we're free moral agents. He's not going to make us do anything, but he gives them the ability to decide. Now, this messed me up because God knows me. Come on, let's talk for a moment. If you're like me, you say, God, you know me. If you know me and you know I have a proclivity to certain things, you know me, you created me. You know I have a desire for certain things, whether it's good or bad. And I'm not just talking sin, black and white. Sometimes it's gray areas. You know me, God. You know what I like. You know what I like to feel. You know what I like to touch. You know what I like to taste. You know this. Why would you put what I like right there, easily accessible for me, and then tell me, choose you? You decide. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just take away what I could mess up with so that I'm solely focused on you? Can I talk for a moment? No man, no woman wants anybody or want to be in a relationship with anybody that don't have a choice. What makes their decision, what gives that decision so much weight is that they chose you over everybody else. Oh, let me talk for a moment. Nobody wants to feel like I'm the only option. What makes that relationship what it is the fact that you could have chose anybody else, but you placed a higher value on me. Here it is. The key, write this down, make a note of it. It's going to be on the screen for you. The key to life is knowing how to choose. I want to let that settle in your spirit for a moment. The key to life is knowing how to choose. See, the enemy wants me to just roll the dice and just make a decision. The enemy wants me to just close my eyes and just pick any, many, miny, mo. No. But the key to life is knowing how to choose. Here is why. Because decisions determine destiny. The decisions you and I make today will determine the destiny that we get to experience tomorrow. I can make bad choices today and I reap the benefits from that tomorrow, because I can choose today, but I can't choose the consequences. And I know enough about me to know, as Jeremiah says, my heart is desperately wicked. I know enough about me to know that when I make decisions without good godly advice and counsel, I'm going to mess up. That don't you leave me out here by myself. Come on, let's talk for a moment. Do you know enough about yourself to know that you can't trust your own self in making decisions without leaning on God? I know this is where Proverbs comes in and just tell us, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to our own understanding, but in all of our ways, we need to acknowledge him so that he can direct our path. I've lived long enough and I've discovered enough about me to know I can't decide for myself. I need God to tell me, not this one, that one, because flesh may want this. Sight may see that, but God will look at the heart. He knows the spirit. He knows the intent. He knows the motive. Sometimes all we see are the actions, but God sees the motive behind the actions. And while we're saying yes with one part of us, the spirit man is saying no. So the key to life, listen to this, is knowing how to decide. And the decisions that you and I make today will determine the destiny that we experience tomorrow. So let's go back to it. Why not, God, take that tree out of the middle so that Adam don't mess up? Listen to this, y'all. If God does that, then now Adam is a robot. He's being maneuvered and moved whenever God tells him. And nobody, including God, wants that kind of relationship. He wants me to choose him in spite of everything else around. Oh my God. He wants me to choose him regardless of what it is I see that's pulling at me. God wants to know that I'm number one in your life, just like you want to know you are number one in his life or in her life or in their life. All of us want to feel wanted and want to know that we are number one. God says, if I remove it, there's no litmus test there, because you have no choice but to choose what I left there. But when I place good, evil, and then I tell you to decide and you pick me, you're placing high value on me over everything else. Oh my God, let's get into this. Look at this, look at this. In order to walk in destiny, I must remember that my steps are ordered by God. Listen to this, please catch this. It doesn't mean I won't stumble. But what it does mean is, even if I stumble, I won't miss it. Lord have mercy. I'm getting excited. Even if I stumble, I won't miss it. Doesn't mean I won't make mistakes, but even if I make a mistake, I won't miss it because my steps have already been ordered. They've been orchestrated by God. He knew the steps I would take today last year. Oh, let's talk for a moment. He knew the steps you and I would take today before you were born. He knew the steps that we would take tomorrow before last month. Well, what are you saying, Pastor? God doesn't get new information. He already knows. And my destiny is there. You and I must make the decision to walk in it. Come on, let's go. Here it is. God is going to catch me in such a way, Pastor, but I made some mistakes. You don't know some of the decisions I made. I made some decisions that I regret. I get it. But let me say it this way. Even when you missed it, even when you thought that you were too far gone, the injury wasn't permanent. It wasn't deadly. I learned from it. I had to go through, I had to endure, but I was able to bounce back. I was able to overcome because God has ordered my steps. Come on, look at this. Adam had to choose out of what God had chosen. I want to say that again. Adam had to choose out of what God has chosen. Catch this, y'all. God has chosen a destiny and a purpose for our lives, but you and I must choose what he already chose. Yeah, he set it up for me to win, but I've got to decide today if I'm going to win. He chose life for me. Now God says, I'm setting before you, here it is, children of Israel, life and death, good and evil. You decide. Come on, let's talk today. I'm setting before you, here it is. Sickness is there. That's not of me. That's of the enemy. I've set divine healing and health over here. You decide. I didn't set cancer in your body. I set healing there. You decide. I didn't set poverty in your body, in your family. I set prosperity financially, peace in your family. You decide. Ooh, I didn't set bitterness there. Listen to this. I set joy unspeakable. Here's what God says. You decide. So the enemy is not making me, or he can't make me decide anything. Oh, somebody type it in the chat. It's my choice. And I'm telling you right now, I choose healing. I'm telling you right now, I choose peace. I'm speaking it right now. I choose happiness. I choose joy. I don't choose anger. I don't choose low self-esteem. I don't choose unhappiness. No. I'm choosing what God has already chose. Can I say this to us? What I've learned about God is he won't choose for me, but he will reveal what he chose. Lord, help me teach in here today. He won't choose for me, but he will reveal what he already chose. Come on, somebody type it there. But the choice is still yours. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Oh, God. If that's the case, then, Pastor, what are you saying? Here's a kingdom nugget. Write it down. My decisions in life are my agreement with what God has chosen for me. My decisions in life, it's my agreement with what God has chosen for me. Here's how it works. If God chose me to be the head and not the tail, above only, not beneath, the lender, not the bar. If he chose that, I have to make decisions today that line up with what he chose. So I can't overextend myself in debt if I'm going to be in agreement with what he chose. Oh, God, help me talk. Come on, let's talk. We got to say that. Don't log off now. It's going to get good. Here it is. Here it is. Listen at this. If he chose divine health, healing for me, here it is. Pastor Rick, I can't stay up at 3 o'clock in the morning eating Bluebell ice cream and red velvet cake because my decision is in agreement with what God chose. Woo! I must make the decision to come into agreement. So when I say no to red velvet cake at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's not because I don't want it, but divine healing and health is what he chose for me. And I know if I eat that at that time, it's going to work against what God. Listen to this. It's a choice. Yeah, I can eat it and call the saints and tell them to put me on the prayer line next week. Sugar is high, blood pressure up, overweight. Or I can just make the choice and say, if I want something, here's what we used to say, drink a big glass of water. Listen, family, I'm just teasing, but listen, the choice is ours. My decisions are in agreement with what God has already chose. He said it this way. I set before you life and death. You choose. So if it's God's will for my life to buy a home, I need to start saving. That's a choice. Are y'all ready for this? Can we just talk for a moment? If it's God's will for my life to marry him or to marry her, I need to delete everybody else out of my phone. Ooh. If it's God's will for me to get out of debt, I've got to stop using the credit cards. I got to eat. Oh my God, I'm teaching good now. Let me look at this chat. If it's God's will for my life to live in peace, listen to this. If it's a will for my life to allow that peace to rule in my heart, I can't get angry with everybody that goes against what I believe, what I think, what I speak, what I heard. No, it's a choice. And I got to make sure I'm listening to the right voice. Here it is. Come on, let's go back to the text. In the text, here's what happens. Jesus is having a conversation with some religious leaders, and they got tired of him talking in riddles. And here's what they say. Tell us if you're the Messiah. Come on, talk to us. Tell us if that's who you are. Here's what Jesus says. I've been trying to tell y'all, but you don't understand. And he hits them with this right in the gut. Jesus says, my sheep know my voice. He said, I know them, and they know me, and they follow me. Here is what he's telling them. I've been telling you who I am, but because you don't belong to me, you don't know my voice. I want to talk to somebody right now and tell you, make sure you're listening to the right voice, because I can hear what you say. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm listening to what you say. In order to listen, I must be willing to drown out the noise. Boy, this is good. In order to listen to God, I must be willing to drown out the noise. Remember now, God doesn't holler. You remember Elijah when he was trying to figure it out, thought God was going to be in the fire, thought he was going to be in the whirlwind, thought he was going to be in the storm. Where was God at? In a small, still voice. And sometimes it's not that God isn't talking to us. I've got the volume up too loud on my boo or my bae. As soon as I turn the volume down on my son, I can hear God clearly. Woo. As soon as I turn the volume down on my daughter, I can hear God clearly. As soon as I turn the volume down on my job, I can hear Jehovah Jireh. As soon as I turn the volume down on my family members, I can hear my God speak, because he's not going to talk over anybody else. He's going to speak, but it's my responsibility. Here it is. It's my choice to turn the volume down on everybody else so that God's voice remains dominant in my life. I got to close. I don't know how much time you got. I got more word in me, but I don't know how much time you got. Listen to this. Come on, write this down. You can hear and not listen, meaning I'm not focused on what is being said. I just heard you. But when you're listening for details. My. Look at this. Don't let anyone and everyone in your ear, because whoever gets your ear determines your direction. Did you hear that? Don't let anyone or everyone get in your ear, because whoever gets your ear determines your directions. I just want to talk for a moment and just tell somebody it's time to turn the volume down on other stuff. Let's talk, y'all. Turn the volume down on politics. Turn the volume down on culture. Turn the volume down on what's socially accepted, so that we can turn God's volume up in our ears. Because I've been telling you, no matter what we're going through, no matter what we're dealing with, no matter what you're facing even right now, God has left you with a choice. And here's what I want to ask you. What is the choice that you're making today? What choice are you making today that you're going to see the benefits from tomorrow? Choose life. Choose God. And here's what he says. My sheep know my voice. They follow me. They're not following strangers. But the only way for sheep to know the voice of the shepherd, they have to spend time with them. And all I'm saying to you today, even after lunch and learn with the Lord is over, make sure you find some time to spend with the master, because he wants to spend that time with you. Listen, I love your family. I thank God for you. Thank you for allowing us to share this little nugget with you, this what we call lunch and learn on this first Wednesday with the Lord with you. I thank God for you. I promise you, I value your time, and I'm just grateful to God that you were able to jump on. And my prayer, as always, is that something will be said or done that added value to your life. We're getting ready tonight. I know it's first Wednesday at the Kingdom, but tonight is a little different. We have what we're calling staff development and leadership training for every Kingdom Covenant partner that's looking to get into ministry. Those that are already serving, we'll be pouring into them on tonight. And so I'm looking forward to the fellowship this evening. But I do want to say this. Guess what's coming up in just a few days. That's right. There it is. Mother's Day. Oh my God. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to Mother's Day. I know we're approaching it as it comes. There's going to be so many mixed emotions for those that are dealing with loved ones or moms, grandmothers, aunts, those that have played were instrumental in their lives, those that made some key deposits into their lives that are no longer here. And so I know emotions are going to be vacillating. I know that. I understand that. And this particular time of the year it hits different for everybody. I'm very much aware of that. And so we're definitely going to be keeping those that have lost their moms, their mothers, grandmothers, those who don't have them physically here. And then there's some that have them physically here, but there's no relationship. And so we're definitely going to be praying for you, keeping you covered. And I want you to know that sometimes God will extend others. Here's what I've discovered, that family is not just about blood. Sometimes it's about bond. And God knows what we need when we need it. And so we're praying for those in this season that's having a hard time. And then those that have their moms, their grandmothers, and those other significant women in your life. We want you to take advantage of every opportunity you can to show them how much you appreciate them and you value them. And so we're looking forward to honoring mothers on this Sunday. Lady Wren did something different this past week. She got an opportunity to hang out with the mothers of Kingdom Builders. Some of them got a chance to go with her. She wanted to just treat the ladies, the mothers, single, divorced, married, widowed, it didn't matter. She just wanted to spend time with all moms before Mother's Day. And so I'm just grateful. Yeah, there it is. There's some of the footage. They got an opportunity to just hang out, and she surprised them with some gifts. But I thank God for the fragrance of the house and for thinking about the mothers. And so we're looking forward to it. I get an opportunity this Sunday to honor our senior mothers. Mother Stewart, come on, put her up there. There she is, 21 years young. And Mother Lewis, right behind her at 20 years young. We get an opportunity to honor them on this Sunday, as well as the mothers. We love each one of you. I'm looking forward to it. And I thank God again for spending time with us. Lunch and Learn with the Lord. And I'm looking forward to what God is going to do. I'll see you tonight, Kingdom Builder, 6:30 p.m. For staff development. Everybody else, Mother's Day is coming. And what better way to build than to build with your mom? Or let's build on the memories that they left behind. I love you, family. Let's keep building the kingdom. Let's do it one person at a time. Let's build.
Get connected and stay connected with everything KBB with our downloadable app. Get it today on Google Play or the Apple Store. Download it now for free.